Hello everyone, Javier here from Lucidity Tutorials. In this presentation I'm going to speak about dividend payments and I'll address the following points. What are ex-dividend and cum-dividend periods? What are interim and final dividends? And I will give you some real-life examples of companies in the FTSE 100. When an investor buys a share, he may buy ex-dividend or cum-dividend, that is, without the dividend or with the dividend. The terms cum and ex come from the Latin, and they mean with and without, respectively. There are four key dates in relation to dividend payments: the announcement date, the ex-dividend date, the record date, and the payment date. It is important for investors to know when the ex-div date is, so that they know whether they're going to receive the dividend. To show how this works, the best way is to draw a timeline so I can show you the key points in relation to these dividend payments. The announcement date is when the company announces information in relation to the dividend payment, such as the dividend payment date and the cutoff date or ex-div date. At this moment in time, this price-sensitive information will be in the public domain. To be able to receive the dividend, the investor must own the share on the record date. In other words, the electronic record of shares closes on the record date, so if you have bought shares but they are not on the register on this date, then you will not receive the dividend. This will impact on the share price, as buying a share ex-dividend should be cheaper in compensation for not receiving the dividend. On the ex-div date, the investor buying the share will not receive the dividend. In the UK, the ex-div date usually falls on a Thursday and the record date on a Friday. In addition, the settlement period is T+2, which means that the investor needs to purchase the share 2 working days before the record date in order to buy cum-dividend. Therefore, if you buy on or before the Wednesday before the record date, then you will receive the dividend. T+2 settlement means that the date on which the investor actually owns the share will be 2 business days after the trade day. Prior to October 2014, this settlement period used to be T+3 in the UK. The reason for shortening this period is to harmonize EU securities settlement cycles. In this table, we can see 6 companies listed in the FTSE 100. The one at the top, Intercontinental Hotels Group, has announced dividend payments on 17th February, and its ex-dividend date is on the 2nd of April 2015. Therefore, if you buy shares before the 2nd of April, the cum-div period, then you will receive dividends on the 15th of May. If you buy on or after the 2nd of April, ex-div period, then you will not receive them. In the UK, dividend payments usually take place semi-annually. One of these payments is the interim dividend, which takes place before the AGM, Annual General Meeting, and the final dividend, which is declared at the AGM. The table on this slide shows how Lloyds did not distribute the dividends after 2008 until 2014. And also note that, for example, in 2007 it distributed both final and interim dividends, as you can see in the table highlighted in yellow. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this presentation. Please check for new videos.